Hey guys, Random Attribute 20k here. This is a series of commentary videos I'd like to call All Talk, No Advice. Don't worry, I'm not hopping on a trend or anything. I'm not giving up on my Turbofolk stuff. If you want to know what's happening with the Turbofolk stuff on my channel, you can go click on the video on the top right corner. Today in this first episode, we're going to be talking about a guy on Twitter. I'm so sorry, a reputable journalist. Despite what the katakana reads, no, his name is not Oliver Gia. It's Oliver Ja. He works at nknews.org. He also talks a lot about his family. His job is to talk about North Korea and also North Korea's relations with Japan. Being a journalist, an Apple user, and a blue checkmark user on Twitter, he's pretty cringe. I remember when he was on his little clout quest, you know, his little checkmark quest, and was really butthurt that Twitter wasn't getting his Widow Medal of Virtual Honor. If you guys don't know, checkmarks on Twitter are infamous for having terrible takes and kinda not down to earth with the common man. Like this image right here. And unfortunately, this guy is no exception. Every day on Twitter, you'll see him seethe about commies. And, you know, I too hate communists, but you should have clued in to pick and choose your battles. It's just weird how we'll just keep quote tweeting low-hanging fruit. You do realize that technically they're kind of on the winning end because you're still giving them engagement, right? You know what? We're gonna put a pin on this low-hanging fruit comment. I also find it pretty ironic that this guy says, "Who cares?" to somebody idolizing a celebrity, but he treats a film director like the second coming of Christ. Listen, man, I'm not gonna spurg about how terrible this take is, but we get it. Martin Scorsese is your hero, but this, no. Just no, this is not right. I also like how he was saying that Japan is non-political when there was a Black Lives Matter rally and a MAGA rally, which, okay, it's not wrong. I actually do agree. He did point out that it was one rally with, I think the MAGA rally had no more than maybe a handful of people. Let's just say at most 100, and I think the Black Lives Matter protest had like maybe like 1,000 or something. I don't remember, but it's in a city of millions. You can just see on the footage, I think of the Black Lives Matter rally, that nobody cares. They're all just walking away. No one's joining with them. So, alright, that's never mind. So, you guys know about the Ukraine crisis, right? There was a video that surfaced of, I think it was Ukrainians in a Japanese airport. It was like a rally or a protest. I don't remember the specifics, and also I'm not great at words, but it was something like that. And despite praising the country for not being so political or involved with global efforts, suddenly it changed. Ja loves Ukraine. He wants to make sure that Putin is out of that country. And you know what? That's fine. That's cool. And he wants Japan to do interventionalism. Ja, I thought you loved Japan because they said, not my country, not my problem, but now you're changing your mind because they agree with you politically on something? Is this like blue checkmark syndrome or something? Like, you can't make this stuff up. You know what? He is an American neocon, so I wonder what happens if Japan recognized Palestine and told the Israelis to back off. God, that would be funny. Surely this can't get any— Whoa! Oh my god, this tweet! Keep missing, and I might actually delay this video indefinitely. Listen, you had me in the first half, okay? But I dare you to ask a Guatemalan or an El Salvadorian why their country went to shit. Oh, and it gets worse. If you scroll down in the replies, there's a guy who, he's not a commie. He seems pretty informed, right? And even says, I respectfully disagree. Somebody replies, USA is indeed a kind of empire, and has a quote tweet. And Oliver Ja, for some reason, decides not to reply to this guy who says, I respectfully disagree. He replies to the guy who included a quote tweet, and then says, I disagree with that guy's premise, and there have been a lot of bad faith arguments thrown my way, so I really don't feel like debating this any further. No one is really going to change your mind on this anyways. Dude, you made your bed. Now lie in it. How do you do this? You're a journalist. And you have one of the— oh, you know what? Never mind. He is a journalist, so that does explain everything. Video editing at 2 a.m. and I'm almost done with the video, and I just realized I forgot to include this. Observe. This guy is very butthurt. But you know who's even more butthurt? Ja. Look at this. He's smearing us as commie sympathizers just because we don't want to get involved. You are the same person who praised Japan for not going full Black Lives Matter or full MAGA or whatever. But when the US does it, suddenly we're being taken over by the commies. I mean, honestly, this is pretty pathetic. Ja, listen, I know you might be projecting, but calm down. The way how you're responding is literally no better than the tankies that smear you as a CIA asset. And I don't like tankies either. I don't like any of these people. This has nothing to do with the Cold War. You and I went through 9/11, the war on terror. Except I was a dumb little baby trying to learn how to walk. And yet, you don't think that the peacekeeping ops that we've done has contributed to this gray zone here? You haven't even seen why Afghanistan was doomed from the start. I know you're coping and seething. You're compromising for something. If you care so much and tell Ukraine that we're still there, do us a favor. Go on the front lines. Stop being a typical burger couch potato and typing from your pod in Kyoto with overpriced luxury laptops, complaining about how a country you haven't lived in for some time is not doing enough. And wouldn't you know, he doesn't reply to any of the replies in this tweet either. I guess every one of the replies are just all in bad faith. Man, for being a journalist, you suck. Listen, Ja, do yourself a solid. Do everything in your path to just avoid politics at all costs, because the more you try to get into something to prove a point, the more you are showing you have no idea what you are talking about. Oh wait, never mind. This is a bad take. This is a bad take. Why does he talk like a boomer? Oh, listen, okay. You know what? I take this back. Stick to your North Korea stuff and call it a day. Right? That's all I have to say for this video. I'll see you in the next video.